Every year, when the bright northern summer comes to an end, the leaves are slowly starting to turn yellow and everything is touched into soft September light. I don't know why, but my inner happiness level increases immediately. It's like this weird form of pressure to make the most out of the few summer days that we get has relieved itself, and all there's left to do now is to just enjoy the last warmth and slowly start to prepare for the colder days to come. In general, I have to say that it is quite an exciting time here for us at the moment, with all the usual ups and downs of life, of course, but the feeling of being a bit stuck and without direction from spring and early summer has definitely disappeared, and right now it's actually more of the opposite, with almost too many projects for us to handle. A lot of change and also quite a few things we are currently very much looking forward to. So we are going to Røros today. For those of you who don't know, Røros is the closest town from where we are living. It's still over an hour away, but we're going there for quite a fun reason, I would say, and I thought it could be nice to just take you with us today a little bit, because we will have our September shop opening very soon, and for that we actually have something a little bit special planned, and I also really wanted to tell you a little bit more about this collection, or actually more about the theme of this collection, because Joachim has chosen a really beautiful theme for this art collection, and the theme is the ancient forests of the north, because in this area where we are currently living, we actually have some of the last really ancient forests here in whole Norway. I actually didn't even know that when I moved here to Norway, but most of the forests here is actually so-called productive forest, so it will be chopped down quite regularly and is actually more a plantation, or of course it's an older forest that at least has been chopped down at some point. But the really ancient forest where people have never been or never taken out any trees is actually very, very rare, and they are also not that easy to find, because of course they are mostly in places that are just too hard to reach for people, so in areas that are very swampy, or we have this one forest that is just so full of rocks, so it's almost impossible to come through there. So it's actually very likely that people have never been there or never taken out any trees. And that has been kind of Joachim's project this summer, to explore and find these forests, and to just see how nature behaves when it hasn't been disturbed in a very long time, and of course also to gather inspiration for his paintings. And I also have been in these forests a few times, and they definitely are very, very special. An untouched forest looks and feels very different than a forest that has been influenced by people. Often these forests are very open, and you can see trees in all the different ages and shapes. Many of them are really strangely formed, and they almost seem a bit scary, and you can definitely tell that each of them has an own character and an own story to tell. There also are much more dead trees everywhere, where you can see that they died from a natural cause. Maybe that is also what gives these forests a bit of a scary touch, because life and death definitely exist very close together here. But at the same time, that is only nature, and that is the cycle. You live, you die, and then the dead are becoming part of the earth again, providing new living ground for new life. That is another thing that you can feel here. The whole ecosystem is still in balance. Everything has its place and everything is connected with each other, which also makes the atmosphere very peaceful and quiet. You can also see that especially when you look at these old mother trees, the ones that have made it and are now watching over everything else. I often wonder what their lives must have been like, everything they must have seen, and how different the measurement of time must be for them. They definitely carry a wisdom and, like the whole forest, an energy that just makes you very humble. So yeah, these forests definitely are very special, and I think Joachim can tell you a lot more about them. I think he also plans to make a few videos, so I will just put the link to his YouTube channel in the description if you're interested to hear more about that. And now to what we are doing in Røros, because of course this whole collection is very much about this area here, and we thought it would be really nice to actually have some pieces from this area. And in Røros, which is an old copper mining town, you can find a lot of really sweet stores with a lot of old and handcrafted things, and our idea is to see if we can maybe find some really nice, beautiful old pieces, maybe also with a history from this area, to come along with this collection. This is then of course really just a one-time thing that these pieces are in our shop, and they probably also will be a bit higher priced then, but we thought it could be very nice to see what we will find. So yes, that is actually the project for today, and I'm already really looking forward to be in Røros again. It's always so nice to be there, and my mother will also join us this time. She actually lives with us here at the moment, but that is maybe a story for another time. Everyone's waiting. Alright, let's go.
To Røros.
Yes. Mhm. Der Elefant im Porzellanladen. Vorsicht an deinem Fuß. What did we find?
Lots of different things, but it's all packed in.
Yeah.
Glass, porcelain, wood.
I can show when we are at home.
Absolutely.
Nice. On to the next.
On to the next.
Okay.
Okay.
Now it's actually a few weeks after our trip to Røros, and today is actually the launch day.
Yes.
And we thought that we would really like to show you all the pieces that we found, and now of course that they are also painted on.
The first thing are these. I am very excited about them.
They are like these quite heavy wooden boxes. They are called mold brick
molds.
boxes, brick molds, because they were used to make bricks in the earlier days. So you would put clay in there and then dry it in the sun, and then you have like these evenly formed bricks. And now of course they have been reused to make these really beautiful wooden boxes. They really have like this rustic feel to them.
And the next part are a few wooden objects. One of the most difficult ones to paint was this one.
This was originally used often in the kitchen to just hang them on the wall and then store like flour or salt or sugar in it. So yeah, in every old Norwegian house there's probably one of these, so we just had to take it with us.
The next one is the biggest wooden piece. And it's this wooden box here. Box is the
it is what it is.
I painted quite a large landscape here, and I just really love the form. It's really beautifully made, I think. This is actually my favorite piece, although it's the smallest one. It's a wooden candle holder. So you just put a little candle on the top, and I painted the northern lights on it. So this is really one I love. Although a close second is this little one.
I love that one. It's just so cute, isn't it? You can just store tea in there, or herbs, or spices. Something special has to be stored.
Absolutely. That is the one glass object together with this one. And my idea is that you're going to have water in here, so it's going to match with the water that I painted on it, and it can reflect. The two last objects are the biggest porcelain pieces I have ever painted. They might not look large, but it's quite a lot of work. As with everything I painted here, it's ancient forest theme, of course. And it's some of the oldest trees, I think.
You even painted them from inside.
Especially that
That's
one.
true dedication.
I painted from inside. That was not easy. I thought.
Yeah, you will also find little
finished
trees and
look.
grasses in the vase. Yeah, so these are basically all the pieces, I think. We're curious to hear what you think about this.
Very
project.
much so.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Okay.
Gut.
Sehr gut.
Gut. it's winter, as you can see. I really don't know how this happened. Last week we still had leaves on the trees, and yeah, yesterday it just suddenly started to snow, and here we are in the beginning of October, and yes, the first snow has already came. I really hope though that it will melt away and that we can get a few more weeks of autumn. It's a little bit too early, though of course it's also very beautiful, and the first snow is just always very magical, I think. But a few more weeks of autumn would be very nice. Yes, but we will see, I guess. What of course I really wanted to show you is the progress in the van. Quite a few things have happened. Not as many as I wish, as I have expected. It all takes so much more time when you live so far abroad, but yeah, it just is how it is, I guess. And of course we also don't have a rush with this project, and of course a few things we also got done, and I thought we can just jump back in time a little bit to where we left off in my last video. Always takes a little while for me to just get into all that building energy and stuff. Yeah. I think today I will just start with the insulation and the ground construction. That is at least the plan.
Das war sehr pleasing. Grau-lila, so ein bisschen blau, schwarz und rot.
Genau. In case you're wondering what exactly is happening
and
here.
And why I brought my artist oil paints.
Yes, I've tested a few different colors, and some of them were quite okay, but somehow I
tested a few different colors.
Yes, maybe a bit more than a few, and they were all kind of okay, but somehow there was just not like this color. And then we bought this stuff here, and it's way too yellow, so I cannot use it anyways. And we thought then we can just experiment a little bit if we manage to get the color that we want.
And and the color seems to be quite alright. And I have a few really cheap, huge oil paint tubes, and this is an oil base anyway. We don't want any comments on this. This is perfectly fine. It's just, of course, basically impossible to recreate. If we find a perfect color here, there is no way we'll ever find it again.
No, probably not.
But it works, we think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ein bisschen.
Nicht zu viel, aber auch nicht zu wenig.
Das ist korrekt.
Oder? Ist das...
Das schreibst du in die Anleitung von der Farbe. Bisschen rot, bisschen blau. Nicht zu viel, aber auch nicht zu wenig.
Eine perfekte Menge Salz.
Genau. Now the color that we ended up with. It's quite a bit darker than I would probably normally choose, but yeah, we want to go for this more cabinish, cozy style, so I think this will do quite nicely.
We did it!
The frame of the bed is...
It worked.
It worked. Really stable.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
It is.
Of course, there has to come like a secure part under here. Because this
Yeah,
is,
you couldn't sit on this.
No, of course not. But if you do like one here, maybe. And
This is something you had to do before you could do everything else.
yeah, before I can do the walls. Yeah, the walls are the next step.
Ja.
Die man sich hier irgendwie...
So wie es immer dann rein und raus geht.
In the last couple of days I got a little bit stressed to get the walls done, and I also hoped that I could get the ceiling done, but unfortunately I didn't manage that because in a few days, in 2 days actually, today is Saturday, on Monday I will go on a little journey to Germany with the van for a very exciting reason, and I really wanted to wait to share that with you until everything is fixed. I know that some of you who are following me on Instagram might already know what I'm talking about. Yes, Joachim and I decided to adopt another dog. Ivy will get a new friend. I am so looking forward to meet her because obviously I haven't met her. It's a she dog. She's also a mixed race. Yeah, very much the same type as Ivy. And yeah, as I said, of course I haven't met her so far. But I think I will tell the whole story of how we found her and where she's from and all that in my next video. Because the next video, of course, will then be about her arrival and yes, about yeah, how we are getting along as a new family, and I'm very much looking forward to see how Ivy will react. He's not exactly a dog that is like so very fond of other dogs. He is very fine to be the only child in our household and to be the prince who gets everything, but we have decided that it probably will be very good for him because he's 7 now, and yeah, I've realized that he has changed a little bit in this last year. It's not in a bad way, he's still very active and very happy, but I think that he needs a challenge and he needs a little bit that gets him out of his comfort zone. That's my feeling, and I'm pretty sure that she will do that. So I'm very looking forward to see what kind of a personality we are getting here in our family. And yes, of course, I will see if I can film also maybe from the journey and from Germany, because another reason why I'm going there is because to get a few things for my mother. She will stay here this winter as well. She also has been here last winter for a few months, and yeah, we are getting a few of her things because she's thinking about moving to Norway, but it's all not like 100% sure yet, so I don't want to talk too much about this, but it's a process and we will see where this will all develop. So these are the 2 reasons why I'm going to Germany on Monday and why I had to get the van done, because yeah, I didn't want to have the installation so unprotected. A lot of talking. And yes, I think the video is long enough for now, and I really hope that you enjoyed these impressions and little insights in what we're doing right now. We're doing like it's not even like I didn't even tell you everything in this video. It's a lot of things that are currently happening. We are also redecorating the house here a little bit, but that I can then maybe also show you in the next video, and yeah, a few other projects that I will let you know about as soon as it's time. Okay, now I have talked enough, and as I said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sending all the best wishes to you, and I just hope that we will see each other very soon again. Bye bye.